Hello dear students, few seconds before the concept relating to the factors, okay, the factors affecting or the comparative analysis or the comparative evaluation of a form of business organizations chart will be okay there in this video. When you are seeing this video, it is better to take the photo of this chart, and this will be better for you to understand the concept. So this is the last concept. So let us we will move on to the. Now we are going to compare the different form of business organizations on the basis of some factors are mentioned here. Okay, there are 6 factors are there, or the basic points may be there, or basis of a comparison will be there. Now we are going to compare the first form of business organization, that is sole proprietorship. After that, partnership, joint in the family business, cooperative societies, and the last one, company. This table, okay, will show you the comparative evaluation of different form of business organizations. The first comparison of a basic points is a formation. Yes. When we come to sole proprietorship, formation is so easy because there are a few or the minimum or minimal legal formalities are there at the time of starting sole proprietorship, a form of business organization also. It means the formation cost is also less compared to the remaining form of business organizations. So, when we compare to formation of a sole proprietorship, it is so easy for a formation also, and there will be an option for registration of a sole proprietorship of form of business organizations. So, we will move on to the next one, partnership. Formation of a partnership is also easy. Some little bit of legal formalities are involved in a partnership, and the registration of a partnership firm is optional for them. I think all of you know very well whether the consequences. I think I explained it in the previous class. When concept comes partnership form of business organizations. In that concept you studied also what are the consequences if a partnership firm is not get registered, and what are the privileges and what are the benefits enjoyed by the partnership firm. That is also you know very well. So registration is optional for a partnership form of business organization. And formation is also easy because 2 members are needed to form a partnership or form a business organization. So it is so easy. Then when we come to joint in the family business, legal formalities. Okay, legal formalities are there in case of joint in the family business, and also exceptions will be given for legal formalities. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವೀಗ ಹಿಂದೂ ಅವಿಭಕ್ತ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಂದೂ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್. ನಾವೀಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ನಮಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ the ancestral property is used for business purpose, so the formation cost is also less or low, and the legal formalities are also less compared to ನಾವು ಕೋ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅದ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಸಿ ಇನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ನಾವೀಗ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ incurred some cost. Formation is not so easy because we need the consent of 10 adults. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10 ಜನರ ಒಂದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅವರ ಒಂದು desires with the consent of 10 adults is necessary for a formation, and for formation of a cooperative society requires little bit of a capital or a huge amount when we compare to partnership, sole proprietorship and joint Hindu family business. And registration is also compulsory when we compare it to the previous form of business organization. Here registration is optional. Okay, if the partners are desires or if the partners wants to get registered the partnership for, then it is okay. Then in case of a sole proprietorship, okay, registration is optional, and in case of a joint Hindu family business also, it is exceptions will be given for a joint Hindu family business. But in case of a cooperative society, formation will require some capital. Capital contribution is required for formation of a cooperative society, and registration of a cooperative society is compulsory ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. But when we compare it to company, the formation of a company is more expensive and more time consuming also, and it needs legal formalities. The legal formalities are also more, documentation is also more. So when we come to the formation it is time consuming and it is more expensive. The provisions, as per the provisions of the Act 2013 of the Companies Act, need necessary legal documents are to be prepared for formation of a company, and registration is also compulsory ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಪ್ರೈಟರ್ಶಿಪ್, ಓನರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಓನರ್ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನೇ ಆಸ್ ಅ member and owner of that business. Only owner is a members in this case. In case of a partnership, minimum 2 members are necessary for a partnership or form of business organizations, and maximum number of members in case of a partnership is 50. I think you know very well. ಈ members ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ only 1 person ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸಿನೆಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ 2, ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 2 ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ 50 ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. In case of a joint Hindu family business, 2 members are required. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ನಮಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 2 members ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು, because of a division of a property is necessary. Then 2 minimum members are required, and there is no limit for a maximum method. No limit for maximum number of members ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. No limits for maximum number of members. Members. Then we will move on to the cooperative society. At least 10 members are required for formation of a company, and there is no limits for a maximum. Here minimum 10, maximum no limit. No limit. In case of company, ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಕಂಪನಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿ 2 members are necessary, but when we come to public company, 3 members, 7 members are required for a formation of a company, and the maximum limit for a private company that is 200, but in case of a public company there is no limit for a maximum number of members. I think you know very well, in case case of a private company, the number of board of directors is 2. But when we compare it to the public company, the number of board members must be 3. Minimum 3. Okay. Maximum now we mother the next not the whole. In the next capital contribution. First, capital contribution is compared to other form of business organization comparatively low. It means owner's contribution is that much of a money for starting a business of a sole proprietorship. Okay, there is no other mode or there is no other resources for a sole proprietor to bring the capital for the formation and to run that business. Here, owner is itself going to contribute capital for the sole proprietorship form of business organizations. Okay, compared to sole proprietorship, a little bit of capital contribution is more compared to sole proprietorship because minimum 2 members are needed, maximum 50 partners can be there in the partnership form of business organizations. So there may be chances compared to sole proprietorship form of business organizations, they can get a little bit of a huge amount for a contribution in the form of a capital for a partnership. When we come to the joint in the family business, here the ancestral property is used for the business purpose. So here the whatever the property is used for the business, that is considered as a capital. But in case of a cooperative society, the capital contribution is limited. Why cooperative society's capital contribution is limited? Because you know very well, in case of limitations, when we come to the limitations of a society, because of low rate of a dividend for the investors, and the members of the society will render the services on a voluntary basis. So that is the one reason. So capital contribution in case of a joint in the family business is also limited. When the society is limited, so when we come to the company, the contribution is good because the company can raise funds or company can issue prospectus to the general public and collect the capital from the public also. There is no problem at all for a company form of business organizations. Then we will move on to the next one, liability. In case of a sole proprietorship, the liability is unlimited because he is the only whole and soul of that business. Whatever the liability incurred by that business, that will be borne by the sole proprietor only. In case of a partnership also, the liability is unlimited and also joint because all partners are going to bear that loss or bear that liability. Okay, when we come to joint in the family business, the Karta is having or the Karta has unlimited liability and the remaining members of that family is having a limited liability. Next, cooperative society in the Bandaga, the liability of members of society is limited to the extent of the contribution done by the members in the society. When we come to the company, the liability of members or the liability of shareholders are also limited to the extent of the number of shares held by them, and also they are liable to pay the unpaid amount on the number of shares held by them. Already I explained one example. Suppose the face value of a shares is ₹10. If a shareholders paid only 7 rupee for a number of shares held by him, on that moment the remaining 3 rupee is the liability in the event of loss or in the situation loss incurred by the company. So next we will move on to the control and management. In case of the sole proprietorship, the single person or the sole proprietor is the owner of that business. Okay, decision making and control of that business lies in the hands of sole proprietor. Okay, there may be chances of quick decision making possibilities there in case of a sole proprietorship. When we come to partnership, the decisions are taken in this form of business organizations, okay, with the consent of all the partners. Here single partner is not going to take decisions, okay. If there are 5 partners are there in a business, on that moment they have to take an opinion or they have to take a consent of all that 5 partners, then they are going to take decisions and they have a control over the business of that firm. Then we will move to the society, cooperative society. Then decisions will be taken by those members of that society, okay. They are elected by the members of the society. It means the managing committee members are going to take decisions and also to have a control over on the business. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ society will follow principle of a one man one vote principle, irrespective of capital contribution and irrespective of caste, religion, gender. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ we will come to the company. Managing, here the board of members are considered as the managing, okay, body, the chief managing body of that company. Because of a separation of the business and members, here the specialized or the experts or the professionals will going to take care of all the activities of that business, and but the board members are directly held responsible for the decision making process of that business, okay. Then we will move on to the last one, that is continuity. In case of a sole proprietorship, unstable continuity will be there, because if anything happens to the sole proprietor, on that moment that business will come to. When we come to the partnership of form of business organizations, here also unstable, because if anything happens to the partners, any one of the partner, in the event of death, insanity, imprisonment, insolvency, okay, physical ailment of any one partner, there may be chances the remaining partners they do not want to continue the business of the partnership for. On that moment, if the conflict between the partners, if they does not desire to continue that business, on that moment that business will come to an end. But in case of the continuity of operations of a joint in the family business will not be stopped, because if anything happens to Karta, on that moment the next eldest member or the next senior member of that family will take the position of a Karta, and there is no disturbance at all for continuation of the activity of the joint in the family business. In case of a cooperative society also, there is no disturbance at all the continuation or the continuation of business activities, because member may come or member may go out of the society, it does not affect the operations of the society, because it is having a separate legal identity in the eyes of the law. Because registration is also compulsory, the member may come or the member may go out of the society, it will not going to be affect on the continuation of the operations of the society. Then we will move to the last one, that is company. The continuation of the operations of the company also will not be going to affect. If all members of that company will dies, on that moment also the law itself will take a decisions of winding up of that business or the liquidation of that business. Okay, specific procedure must be needed for closure of a business of a company. So anything happens to the members, it will not affect the operations of the company. Okay, this is a brief explanation of the basis of comparison points. This is the last concept of our second chapter. I think I hope all of you understood the concept. Okay, in the next class I will start the third chapter, that is private, public and global enterprises. Okay, some assignments will be given for you. Okay, please complete that assignments. Okay, thank you.